Hi, I'm Chris Crotty of the Jack Jackson podcast. In each episode of Jack Jackson, you'll follow the adventures of 1950s private investigator Jack Jackson, along with your favorite recurring characters, his assistant Kitty, Peter the landlord, the villainous Rube Goldberg, as well as new characters brought to life by our voice actors. Each episode delivers a new film noir mystery, accompanied by sound effects, historic events, and pop culture references. Some right, and well, some not so right. And to recreate the style of an old-time radio program, we include a show sponsor and record each episode in the dark in front of an audience. It's a unique improv comedy experience with a touch of nostalgia that always delivers plenty of laughs. So sit back and get ready for another episode of Jack Jackson, in which Jack takes on his toughest case yet. It's time for an all-new episode of Jack Jackson P.I. Tonight, Jack Jackson takes on his toughest case yet, in the case of Ben and Big Ben Struck 13, sponsored as always by Christensen's Clothes. If you don't wear Christensen's clothes, you might as well be a beggar.
It was a special kind of case. A case unlike any other I'd taken before. This one led me all the way across the big bathtub. I found myself in London, England, UK.
I think I'm gonna be sick. Stupid boat.
We had only just arrived at the port. The gangplank was coming down and people were starting to file off.
Customs this way.
It's beautiful.
I'm gonna barf.
The gentleman next to me looked like he was having a rough time.
There's no snacks on the boat. All right, don't clog the gangway, please. Keep it moving.
Where's my complimentary?
Keep it moving.
Where's my complimentary boat snacks?
Complimentary boat snacks.
Yeah.
Get off the gosh darn boat.
Well, I'll find my other snacks somewhere else.
I got
Are you Jackson?
Ah, yes, you must be...
Inspector LeBouf of Scotland Yard.
Yes, Inspector LeBouf. Nice to meet you.
We'll take you to headquarters where my sergeant will brief you.
Wonderful.
Hey, don't. I'll be fine. CIA. CIA Agent Mark. Agent Mark, I'm here.
Ah, how rude of me. Agent Mark, this C6 scab over here, this is Agent Mark.
Yeah.
This is LeBouf, Mark.
All right, LeBouf, we've corresponded.
Yes, if you just be so kind as to get into the car, we'll take you to headquarters. Exactly what happened yesterday with Big Ben like 13 times at noon. It's quite peculiar.
I get sick in cars.
All right, me and Mark piled into the back of the car and we zoomed off towards Scotland Yard.
Oh, we're on the wrong side of the road. I'm gonna be sick.
Mark had the queasiest stomach of anyone I'd ever met. We arrived outside Scotland Yard and were unloaded and headed up to the gate. They opened the doors, LeBouf heading the front. So, LeBouf, I tightened my coat. The weather here was cold. You were saying, Big Ben rings 13 times, eh?
Well, that's right, but I'll let my sergeant explain it as I've explained several times.
Oh, well,
Let me just get the door open for you.
Sure.
I don't know how things operate in America, but here we like to be on time, Mr. Jackson.
Well, I got held up. There was a snack issue on the boat. Crowded the gangplank.
I've no time for your jokes, sir.
It's not a
It's a
joke.
very serious matter. Please.
Sorry, he's allergic to jokes.
Jokes make me sick.
I don't know how you Americans get anything done.
Is this your office?
Of course.
Well, let's go inside and sit down.
Please,
Maybe you can
take a
give me
seat.
the whole briefing.
Much better.
We sat down in his office. The place was cramped and small, little tiny desk, little more than a few paper clips sitting on it. Though he had a typewriter, which was helpful for writing things.
Several weeks ago, Mr. Jackson, Big Ben. Normally they only ring about 12 times. About.
Between 1 and 12, I imagine.
Between 1 and 12
times.
There's only so many ways it can ring. There is exactly 12.
I see.
But several weeks ago, it rang 13 times. We had one of the repairmen take a look at it, but he could not find anything. We suspect foul play.
So you think somebody's targeting London's most notorious monuments?
Most notorious monument. Yes. Yes, we do. We think that there may be some plot.
And sorry, one more time, Inspector. What was your name?
Edmund Raoul.
Ah, yes. Inspector Edmund Raoul's of Scotland Yard. Of course.
Sounds like you're trying to make fun of my name.
Nope.
All right, you British bag. I got a question. Why would they give you such a weird notice of them trying to tamper with it, only to just not do anything for 3 weeks?
That does strike me
giving
as
us
odd.
time to show up by boat, which takes
We
3
believe
weeks.
it might be a challenge from one of Britain's most infamous criminals. The Mechinest.
The Mechinest?
He likes to mess with all of our electronics. Back during the war, he almost cost us this very town.
The Mechinest, eh? No wonder you called in America. Cleaning up Europe's problems yet again, eh, Mark?
That's right, Jack. High five.
High five. There we go.
If your ego is sufficiently stroked, you have a job to do, Mr.
Hey,
Jackson.
why's your office so small? Oh, that's right. There's no room because you got no freedom. High five.
High five.
If only you knew.
What?
So,
Could take over America at any time it pleased.
oh, well, America's super big and cool.
Yeah, we got more planes. Boats are old news, bud.
Inspector, we have all the cannons aimed at. Oh, sorry, there are Americans here.
It's
Never
okay.
mind.
Turn them away for now. We won't need our America invading cannons.
Okay, forget you guys heard any of that. Want some tea?
I'll take some tea and the transmitter so I can radio back that you have cannons aimed at America.
Oh, we're all out of
That's news to us.
All out of transit.
Oh, that's a shame that he's out of transmitters.
Say, you brought in American, thought you could stop the Mechinists. That's right, I've been listening to you the whole time over this radio.
The Fiend.
I should have known. The Mechinist. He was famous even all the way in Dock City, Michigan, where we're from.
All right, Mechinest. Listen, we're coming for you. We're gonna get you, putting you in handcuffs, even if that's not what they do here.
Well, you better stop me before I blow up one famous English landmark every day.
How many are there?
And when are you starting so we have time to talk and things?
Well, I hadn't thought about that. Let's agree upon a time. After all, we're polite Englishmen. We're not thugs.
Right, proper.
All right, well, how's
2 weeks.
2 weeks seems an awful long time.
Even I think that's a little
That's
long.
a little too much. Maybe a day. Noon
a
tomorrow.
day might be good.
Oh, we've got the races tomorrow.
Oh, well, I can't.
Can we make it Wednesday?
Wednesday sounds just delightful.
Oh, we were gonna see the Mona Lisa on Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's right, it's
that's-
visiting at the Tate.
I believe that's in a completely different
Oh,
country.
no, it's visiting at the Tate Museum.
You know what? Let's just settle on tomorrow.
Oh, no, tomorrow we've got the Derby. Thursday.
Thursdays.
All right,
Thursday.
Thank you.
Blow something up on Thursday.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Hey, can you tell us what you're gonna blow up?
No.
all right.
He's a dastard.
Ah, he's so evil. All right. I love you. Bye-bye.
He's already gone.
Well, it looks like we have 2 days to find and stop the Mechinist before he blows up one of the 4 remaining British monuments.
Extra, read all about
those are like what? The Big Ben, Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, Arc de Triomphe.
That's not here.
it. Extra.
Yes, throw up one of your newspapers, newspaper boy.
Extra, read all
Throw
about
it up.
American invading cannons trains toward. Oh, I see we have Americans here. Would you like news about the Queen?
Yes, give us our international paper.
I actually read all about it. The Queen is still good.
All right, there you go.
That'll be 5 pence.
5 pence. The prices these days.
In this
What is a
economy.
pence?
It's like a penny.
But a pence, though.
Yeah.
It's a pence.
That's dumb. That's like pants.
We only
Pants
had
are for your legs.
2 days left. Me and Mark of the CIA had to find and stop the Mechinest, and we knew the first place to look was going to be Big Ben. We left the inspector in Scotland Yard and made our way to wherever Big Ben is. When we arrived, the place... Keep it in, Mark. When we arrived, the place was still surrounded by police. There were armed guards everywhere. It looked like they were worried the Mechinist was going to come back and maybe make the clock strike 13 for the last time.
Hey, Jackson, look, these guards, they never do anything, even if you, like, touch them and stuff. Look.
He rubbed their fuzzy hats.
Stop it, sir.
They punched him and he staggered backwards.
Hey,
The guards you're thinking of are only at the palace. The rest of us are normal police.
that's stupid. Hey!
Please restrain him before I punch him again, sir.
Oh, pain makes me sick.
I'm trained to do this all day.
Keep it together, Mark. You can't fight these guards. They're too strong.
Does anybody have a paper bag?
There's no
I
snacks.
took out my wallet and showed him my international policeman's badge. Jack Jackson, private investigator from Michigan, United States, Dock City. This is CIA agent Mark.
All right. Well, the sergeant radioed ahead before you all arrived here, so go on in, but don't touch nothing. Big Ben's a national treasure.
You let the Mechinist touch something, dummy.
Didn't let him. He did it anyway.
Careful, Mark. He'll punch you again.
Excuse me, gentlemen. There's no snacks at the Big Ben. I was waiting in line. There's no snacks here. You guys have any snacks?
No, sorry. We walked past the tourists and made our way up towards the tower.
What's the deal with this thing anyway? It's just a big old clock. I got one of those on my wrist.
Is anyone here like a ticking?
We were climbing up the staircase. It looped around in circles. Clockworks and hanging counterweights dangling. The place was kept well cleaned, but it had an air of being very old to it.
This thing's about, I don't know, how old? I'm not a historian.
Well, it's 1945 right now, so what is that? I don't know.
1945?
55, sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say 1945. This place was pretty busy. Whole country was busy.
That's right, you can see it right here on this memorial plaque.
The inside?
Yeah.
We're on like the 20th floor. Crazy Brits.
We continued around the stairs until we reached the area behind the face of the clock. We started to look around. One of the guards standing by, making sure we didn't do anything funny. I pulled out my magnifying glass and Mark eyed things with his eyes.
Is that something funny?
No, it's just a magnifying glass.
Oh, just checking.
Where are you from, dude?
I'm from right here.
You're from
Scotch Yard. I'm a police officer. Just making sure you guys don't do anything funny. Like that. That was pretty funny.
That wasn't me. Jackson, was that you?
It wasn't me. We turned and
There's
looked.
a brick over there.
That's
Brick.
a funny brick.
That's not a brick, you damn limey. It's a stick of dynamite.
Hey, don't call me a limey. I'm as British
Get
as
the
they
dynamite out!
Mark grabbed and threw the dynamite out the window.
No, there's London down there.
My beautiful city of London.
Oh, calm down. We're hundreds of feet in the air. It exploded midair. It's like fireworks.
As a Brit, I bleed red, white, and blue.
Not wrong order, bub.
Blue, white, and red.
That's France.
Hey, wait a second.
Red, blue.
Listen to his accent. Oh, another stick of dynamite.
Who is throwing
It's not
them
dynamite. It's a dog.
with dynamite on it? Quick, get the dog!
No, take the dynamite off first. I took the dynamite off, and then he threw the... Wait, I threw the dynamite. The dog was fine.
I still want to throw this dog. What if there's dynamite in it?
Don't throw the dog, Mark!
The Mechinest is evil.
Hang on a second. Is that dog ticking?
I told you I'm throwing the dog! It's probably a robot anyway. The Mechinest is known to make robots.
Where's that ticking still coming from?
We're at a clock!
Oh, that's right.
All of this business sure has been funny.
Wait a second! Listen
Yes.
to his accent, Mark.
What? I'm a native Brint.
He
No,
doesn't-
you're not!
I am.
Come here!
Oh, that's more dynamite! It's a bird!
Just take the bird, throw it out the window. We know the drill. Come here!
Fine. I will stand your.
Take off your shirt.
What?
Birds fly, you
Show
ass!
me your chest.
Fine.
Look at that tattoo.
Why, it's the Mechinest flag.
That bird exploded.
That's right. The Mechinest flag, which is also red, white, and blue, but not in that order. The Mechinest flag is actually white, blue, red. So you've caught me.
I'm throwing you out the window.
No!
I'll just dangle you. Where's the Mechinest?
I will never tell.
Where's the Mechinest?
Hey, Mark, calm down, calm down!
Oh
Mark,
God,
settle down.
we're really high up.
Oh, gross. Oh, fine.
Please do not throw up on London.
My heart bleeds for all the.
I grabbed Mark and pulled him backwards and grabbed the goon. So, you're an agent of the Mechinest, huh?
I like to think I'm an agent of good old London first and foremost.
So you're telling me the Mechinest thinks that he's helping London by blowing up its monument?
He's a true agent of London goodness.
I pulled him back in. That's when I noticed it. There was a little wind-up thing on the back of his neck.
Don't touch that, please.
You're a robot.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I know you are, but what am I?
You're a robot. I'm a human.
I unplugged him.
How did we not notice that coming out of his pocket? Classic Christensen clothing. Real good quality. Real deceiving.
That's right. We wouldn't have even noticed that he was a robot this whole time because of Christensen's clothing. If I were a robot, I'd buy Christensen's clothing.
I'd buy it if I had to hide anything about me.
Backup power source enabled. Indeed, Christensen's clothing is the one reason I was able to infiltrate. Power down.
Without direct power, he sounds much more like a robot.
I plugged him back in. You hold him down, Mark. All right.
Thank you, I live again. Wow.
What was it
What?
like? Who'd you see?
No, that's not important.
Well, there was a.
CIA, we asked the big question.
Well, I saw a gate and then. Anyway,
Tell us where the Mechinest is gonna attack next.
well, you did unplug my loyalty chip when you plugged me back in, so I am no longer sworn to him. But as a true British man, I don't know if I can.
Where's your British chip?
Oh, it's
Here. Oh, right here. It says British accent. It was switched off. No wonder we caught him. I'll flip this and we'll understand him better.
all right. Well, now that I can speak as a true Brit, I'm obligated to tell you
I think this ship is damaged.
he's down.
Yeah, look. there's
He's
like-
down in the pub. Right, he
This
is.
is a really bad solder job.
He's down at the pub enjoying a nice pint of Coors
Turn it
Light.
off.
Let's switch him back. You're right.
He's by what?
He's down in the pub enjoying a Coors Light.
Oh, he likes it imported, huh? Straight from America. High five!
High five, America. All right, you limey robot. You're gonna tell us now where exactly I grabbed him by the shirt, pulled him close. Is the Mechinest, I pulled him even closer, going to attack next? What British monument do you know that the Mechinest is going for?
Well, I'm not fine. He's going to attack the. Well, good thing my armor plating as a robot deflected that. He's going to attack. Oh, no.
Who is shooting from outside of a 200-foot tall clock? Who is doing this?
You go look. I'm gonna get the information.
Go look what?
Look outside. Hear that?
Helicopter, get over here! I'm jumping in!
No, you idiot.
No! Oh, I'm falling! I'm gonna barf!
looked out the window. I couldn't see him. Mark was gone. He'd fallen. I'd heard him fall. The helicopter flying off into the distance. I was sure I saw him. He fell out the window. But he's not there. Nobody even seems to notice that 4 or 5 explosions have happened in Big Ben.
Mr. Jackson, would you care to explain exactly why there are like 4 holes in the face of Big Ben? London is partially blown up, and there's a little bit of vomit on the square in front of Big Ben's foundation. And why is there a robot?
Don't worry.
I thought you were a professional.
Don't worry, I'll get this all figured out. I'll find my partner first. And this robot, he has information on what the Mechinest is going to attack next.
Extra, read all about it. American attack on Big Ben initiates the British cannons towards America.
Oh, no. Paperboy, throw me that paper up here on Big Ben.
Oh,
Big Ben.
Here we go.
Got it. Nice throw.
Royal message from the Queen.
Throw it on up.
For Mr. Jackson. Message for Mr. Jackson.
That's for you, I believe.
Oh. Why don't you walk up here? You know what? Actually, I'll come down.
I'll meet you halfway.
I grabbed the robot, and with the police officer, we made our way down the stairs. Walked out onto the square, and the Queen's courier came up to me.
You're to meet the Queen in the Royal Palace in about 2 hours.
I see.
Takes the time to get dressed and whatnot.
Well, I've got about 12 hours left in today. Well, looks like we're going to the Royal Palace, you robot limey. I took out my handcuffs and handcuffed it into my wrist. Then we got in a car and headed our way to Buckingham Palace to meet the Queen. The Queen in 1955. We walked into the palace. We were led directly to the royal throne room.
Is this Mr. Jackson? I've heard so much about.
Ah, yes, Your Highness. She had long hair and beautiful hips. She was the femmest of fatales.
Mr. Jackson, as you may have noticed from my accent, I'm married into this royalty.
Reminds me, the year 1955, your name was...
Elizabeth.
Right. That
You
makes...
can call me Lizzie.
Well...
Now, Mr. Jackson, someday my husband's gonna pass, and these people are gonna want me to be their queen for a really long time. And they're not gonna respect me if while I was queen earlier, that things were blown up.
I'm working on it, Your Highness. I'm working as best as I can.
Perhaps I could incent you.
Incent me?
Yes, provide an incentive.
Oh, incentivize.
Yes, do not speak English.
Different Englishes, I guess.
Mr. Jackson,
How rude of me. Queen Elizabeth, this is a robot. A robot, Queen Elizabeth.
Hello, I am a robot. My serial number is
He works for the Mechinest.
ROBOT.
A robot?
Yes.
Why, I thought those were decades away.
He's clockwork. The Mechinest is a devious mastermind.
Jackson.
Hey, bastards. You're gonna forget to introduce me?
He came in. One of his pant legs was singed off and he was missing a chunk of his hair. It was Mark, the CIA agent.
Good Lord, does anybody else smell barf?
It was a rough fall, and your rivers are gross. But I'm alive, damn it.
How did you fall into the river from Big Ben?
Got carried by the helicopter a little bit.
Wow, that sounds like so much more of an adventure than what we just did.
Mr. Jackson, we have a rumor that the Mechinest is going to be blowing up St. Paul's Cathedral.
Is that right, a robot?
Is St. Paul's another monument in Britain?
Yes, and yes.
I mean, wouldn't the queen know?
Yes, but please call me by my nickname, A Robe.
Of course, a robe.
Cool, yes, so now that I'm no longer loyal, yes, that is indeed the Mechinist's next target.
We also hear that the Mechinist might be holed up, as they say, in the South End, where people build things.
I can confirm, things like robots.
Is that where the pub was that you said he was in?
Yes, it's all coming together now, isn't it, Jack Jackson?
Yeah, it seems like the queen knew a lot more than I did.
Well, she is the queen.
Well, what's she gonna do? Her guards just stand around and don't talk, or do talk and hit you.
So wait,
I will not have you besmirch the throne.
Wow!
Mark staggered backwards. The queen roundhouse kicked him in the face.
That's our queen. Now, Jackson, the South End is where there's a lot of like blacksmiths and apothecaries. You best be careful. A lot of rough types down there.
I see. And, you think that we can get there in time to stop the Mechinist from blowing up,
We've only got about 8 more hours, if you catch my drift.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right, well, let's make that quick then.
What?
Let's not even talk about going. Let's just go.
Alright, let's go.
We arrived in
We'll
the-
take the underground.
we arrived in the South End through the underground tunnel.
Oh, that was a bad idea. Claustrophobic.
Hey, I think I should maybe beat you up just by looking at you, Jack.
Thugs were walking around, looking all angry and British.
Why don't you go?
Shine your shoes. Punch you in the face.
I'd never seen so many mutton chops.
Bruv.
These mutton chops are pride of my family, they are. How about I punch you in the face?
How about I take over your country, because it's really easy to do.
No.
God did it 10 years ago.
Oh, no, I don't want that.
We found the pub.
Neville Chamberlain.
We found the pub. The front looked heavily guarded. There were 2 guys standing real stiff. I had suspicion they might be more exploding clockwork people like A-Robe.
Oh, what a good day it is to not be a robot, fellow guard.
Yes, it is great to be not robots and to be humans.
I love being a robot bar waitress. Like another round of human beer.
Yes, glug, glug, glug.
Mark, it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get in through the front entrance. Why don't you take the left and I'll take the right? We'll go around the pub and see if we can find another way in.
Alright, if I don't see you on the other side, I'm already in, because I'm good at this.
All right, just don't disappear and then reappear slightly more singed looking.
Alright, will do.
I uncuffed a robot. Listen, the robot, you come with me. You know this place better. We started to walk around and then he stopped.
Wait, hold on! I just had an idea. We got a robot on our side. Why can't he just go in and say we're with him?
Good idea, Mark.
Just act like a robot, Jackson. It's easy. Just be dumb.
I can teach you guys. You put one foot in front of the other.
Like this?
Yes, and soon you'll be walking through the door.
Okay, we've heard the initiation song. If you'd like to speak to the Mechinist, you are free to do so.
All
Please
right.
take your companions down the stairs to the cellar.
All right, I will do so.
Thank you.
Humans!
We walked to the inside of the pub. Everyone in here looked like a human, but something was slightly off. They all had those little wind-up keys in the back of their necks. But other than that, you wouldn't even know.
Jackson, walk with your back against the wall. We don't have keys.
It's okay, I have a few spare. Here you go, guys.
Put them in your necks.
Who are you and why are you on our side?
I am a rebel. I disagree with the Mechinist's ways. I know you are... Hold on, adjusting to whisper volume. I know you are humans. Exiting in whisper volume.
Alright, well, so I'll put this in the back of my neck, I suppose.
We held the keys up to the back of our necks.
Really jam it in there.
Oh, that
Hit the
hurts.
spinal column.
We walked down to the hall and we found the cellar door. The 2 robots opened the doors, but they couldn't seem to walk in. something was stopping them. I turned and looked. The rebel robot was still plugged in. This cord had reached its limit.
This is where I must bid you adieu. Goodbye.
We headed down the...
Speaking of reaching the end of the line, I think you've reached the end of your line. Don't you think so, Mr. Jackson?
He was there, waiting for us. He had a machine gun pointed at us at the cellar door entrance.
And so it's you, Mechanicist.
The Mechinest, if you please.
It was a trap.
Mechinest.
We turned and looked. A robot was standing with a bazooka, and all of the other robots had machine guns. They were all pointed at us. We were trapped.
Go ahead and fire that bazooka, big boy. We're all gonna die, dummy.
Well, not quite yet. You see, I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about this trap, Mr. Jackson. You see, I've arranged to ship a large order of my criminal robots to an old friend of yours. I believe you know him as Mr. Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg. Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
Rube Goldberg.
The number
He
one
plans to
criminal
install
in the
criminal
world.
robots all over Dock City, but he wanted a demonstration of their power first.
So he threw me in.
That's right.
Rube Goldberg was my number one arch nemesis. Biggest criminal crime lord in Dark City, back home. And now he was trying to outsource to the Brits. Damn commies!
Stupid commies. Good America. High
Well,
five.
actually, we're a parliamentary democracy.
Parliamentary.
We've got two
Parliamentary.
chambers of parliament, an upper and a lower.
Lower.
The upper
Is
typically
it true
called
you
the
wear?
lords.
Is it true you wear wigs when you make laws?
Well, sometimes yes, but
That's dumb. High five.
High five.
I'm sorry to do this, Papa. Mark, Jack, duck!
We ducked! A robot fired a gun! He was still holding the bazooka, though!
It's just to make me look cool. You see, after I've lost my loyalty chip, I learned the joys of being American, like holding bazookas and having freedom. So
Well, I
I'm
learned
sorry.
something too about making robots. They should all come with self-destruct buttons.
Self-destruct button!
Self-destruct.
Self-destruct. A large explosion rattled the whole pub. Me and Mark flew through the air, flying outside and slamming into a car on the other side of the street. Ugh. We hit the ground with a thud. We looked around. The fire was burning. Robots running outside. There was a helicopter taking off from another building that must have attached from the cellar. The Mechinest hanging onto the side of the helicopter was cackling.
All right, CIA technology. Let's give it a
You may
go.
have won this match, Mr. Jackson, but see what you do once my robots are working for Goldberg back in Dock City.
Got a prototype, Jackson. Rocket boots. Hold on.
I grabbed onto him.
3, 2, 1, launch.
We grabbed onto the helicopter. He flew us up over London. Quietly.
This is a smooth helicopter,
This is a real quiet helicopter.
Wow, Jack, you really went in the helicopter over London?
That's right, Schmidty. I was back in my office back in Dock City. You wouldn't believe how long we were stuck on that helicopter. Unfortunately, Mark started puking and we fell. Ended up in the river. Mechinest got away.
Is it true they really are robots that look like us?
It is. They could be anywhere in Dock City now working for Goldberg.
I heard there's only 12 models.
Yep.
Message from the Queen. Message from the Queen.
The courier came in.
Long journey, but here you go.
He handed me a tape recorder. It said, "To Jack, heart, love Lizzie." I pressed play to listen to that sweet, sultry voice again.
Jack, I just want to say thank you. If there's anything I can do for you or to you, the crown holds you in deepest regards. You've been watching it all week. Jack Jackson. In the case of Big Ben struck 13 times. Sponsored by Christensen's Clothing. If you're not wearing Christensen's clothing, you could be naked. Or wearing other clothing. Or you'd put us out of business. And my son and daughter wouldn't go to college. That's on you. Join us next week when Jack Jackson takes on his toughest case yet and visits France.
Alright, here come the lights. Hi, I'm Jeremy Brint, and I just want to thank you for listening to Jack Jackson Noir. This episode is brought to you by CSC Sacramento Theater. We record live there every first Saturday. You can find ticket info at cscsacramento.com. Also, if you enjoyed this episode, leave us a review on iTunes. It helps us spread the show around, and also we'll release a bonus episode for every 50 reviews we get. Those episodes will be based on suggestions that you leave in your reviews, so it's a way for you folks to get involved. Lastly, if you want to send a message to Jack to read in a future segment, you can send those over to jackjacksonnoir@gmail.com. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next Wednesday.